She stood in the doorway with her arms folded tightly across her chest, her eyes locked on me like I was some relic from a past life she no longer had use for. Her voice came cold and sharp, cutting through the stillness of the room like glass. "I'm done with you. I want someone with more fire." No hesitation. No hint of irony. It's just the raw edge of a truth I hadn't seen coming. I searched her face, hoping to find even a flicker of humor, a spark of mercy, but her expression was unmoved. Stone. She meant every word. After 10 years of marriage, this was her final judgment. Not after a fight. Not after a mistake. Just a simple declaration that I no longer measured up. At first, I couldn't respond. My voice caught somewhere in the back of my throat, while the weight of her words pulled the oxygen from the air. The silence between us screamed louder than any argument could. We had weathered so many storms together: financial wreckage, cross-country moves, sleepless nights chasing jobs, and the silent devastation of a miscarriage. We had built something I thought was unbreakable, but apparently what I saw as resilience, she saw as routine. She was chasing sparks, craving chaos, or perhaps just someone new enough to make her feel something again. Then she hit me with a blow I never expected. "Why don't we open our marriage?" she said, like she was proposing a weekend getaway. Her smirk made my skin crawl. "You do your thing, I'll do mine, ... Or you could just leave." My stomach twisted. I stared at her, this woman I had once called home, and realized I didn't recognize her anymore. This wasn't the partner I had pledged my life to. This wasn't the woman who used to cry in my arms when life overwhelmed her. I asked her because I had to if there was someone else, and she gave me all the answer I needed with her silence, not even a fake denial. She just turned and walked into the kitchen like we were having some forgettable disagreement about groceries. I followed, heat rising in my chest. My voice shook as I demanded to know who he was, how long this betrayal had been festering. She sighed dramatically and leaned against the counter, casual, unaffected. "He's a real man," she said coolly. "Not some soft, passive soul like you. He takes what he wants. You'd never understand." Her words didn't just sting, they cut deep. Not because I believed her, but because she did. She couldn't see the strength it took to stay loyal, the courage it took to choose peace over dominance, to hold steady when everything else fell apart. That night, I slept on the couch, my own pride too wounded to lie next to her, even in silence. I stared at the ceiling for hours, her words echoing in my head. How had I missed the signs? Had I become invisible in her eyes, or had she just been acting all along? By morning, she hummed in the kitchen like nothing had happened. She poured coffee, buttered toast, as if our marriage hadn't cracked wide open the night before. I told her I wanted a divorce, that I would never share her. Her smile disappeared in a heartbeat, replaced with a scoff and a roll of her eyes. "So dramatic," she muttered as she walked away. Over the next week, I packed my life piece by piece, methodically, calmly. I went through drawers and closets, found the evidence I hadn't dared to search for before. Receipts, messages, photos. The timeline of her infidelity stretched longer than I wanted to believe. It hadn't been a moment of weakness. It had been a lifestyle. The man she admired wasn't strong. He was a distraction, a thrill, a temporary fire that burned fast and bright, but never warm enough to stay. When I finally left, she didn't shed a single tear. She didn't even lift her eyes from her phone. I lingered in the doorway for a moment, hoping foolishly for some trace of regret, but the silence said everything, so I walked out. My heart was splintered, but strangely, I felt light, like I had just set down something I'd been carrying for too long. In the months that followed, I rebuilt myself brick by brick. I got a new place, reached out to old friends. I started therapy. For the first time in years, I wasn't trying to keep someone else happy. I was choosing me. I stopped carrying the weight of her decisions, stopped feeling like I needed to fix what I didn't break. She didn't want a partner. She wanted a loophole. Mutual friends shared bits and pieces. The man she thought was her answer, he moved on quickly. No promises, no commitment, just another thrill. She jumped from one short-lived relationship to another, always chasing something she couldn't find in herself. And then, one night she called. Her voice was low, almost tender. She told me she missed me, that she had made a mistake. She didn't realize what we had until it slipped through her fingers, but it was too late. I had moved on not just from her, but from the version of myself who accepted being someone's second thought. I told her I hoped she found what she was looking for, and I meant it. Bitter, not angry, just free. Because forgiveness isn't always a door you open. Sometimes it's the key you use. To walk away and never look back.